45-foot Class A motorhome. It's a Monaco Executive. Weighs 50,000 pounds. 12.5 feet tall and 45 feet long. We took a couple big trips with it, out to Utah and out to South Dakota and around. And I've had a couple requests. People want to see more about it. So I'm making this video, probably going to be a two-part video. We're going to walk all around the outside. I'll show you all the bay doors and everything that has to do with outside and what we got to do when we get to campgrounds and stuff. And we'll do another video of the inside and all the equipment and things we operate in there. So come on, let's see what this thing looks like. Well, we'll start out with our first bay door here. This is fuel bay, and we can fuel up on either side. Has an access door here to get to it, or I usually can open the door up like this. If you saw my other video where I showed a foldable ladder that we carry with us, this is again where we carry the ladder. This tube here has got some window shades on it that I use to cover. You see these little stamps up here to block out sun, or if we were long term stored somewhere. So that's the fuel bay. Next one is kind of like an entertainment bay. Now here, in the evening, we can sit out here and pull this out, and we got a flat screen TV, so we can enjoy the outdoors. And it's got a storage area in here that we can carry other stuff. We carry a lot of extra water and things with us. So. This other bay is a big storage bay. Now this got an electric slide out. And this is where we carry most of the things that we'll use on this side of the coach, under the patio awning. Our folding chairs, we got a big mat that lays out here. I got this little green one. I've never even used it. And things for washing the windows, big pole snap. And here's another thing. I'll show you what this is in a minute. And foldable chairs, tables, and other stuff. So. And this actually slides out both directions. It goes out the other side also. And you'll see that when we go around the other side. This is just another storage bay. Now this one has a slide out on the other side. It only slides out the opposite way. And it's a mechanical one. I just unlatch it and pull it out. And it just got regular storage in here. And I got a couple of buckets for, you know, washing windows or doing other things. This bay is something a little bit different. It's got a little bit of storage space here, but it's got this manifold block. And if you see on there, you can see the labels, all the different sinks, bathroom, showers and stuff. If I got a leak in any one of those, I can isolate hot or cold water and shut the leak off, and we don't end up stranded somewhere. We can keep on going until we get that repaired. Also back in there, and you just barely see it, is an aqua hot system, and I'll talk more about that probably when they get inside, but that provides all the hot water and heat for the coach for us. And then off to the right, we got two filters here, our regular house filters. One's a sediment filter and the other one's a carbon filter. All the water that comes from the campground goes through those filters out of our freshwater tank. And this is our freshwater tank. It holds 100 gallons. This green strip on there is a sensor, and it will display inside how much water we actually have in there, so I can keep track of the water usage in it. These are all our batteries. They call them our house batteries. There's 8 of them. There's 6-volt golf cart batteries that are tied together in series to make 12 volts, and then those 12 volts are tied together in parallel. And we got 2 banks of them. And that provides all the 12 volt power power to the inverter, which converts it to 110 for the TVs, the refrigerator, and anything else that we want to plug in that requires 110 volt. These are flooded batteries, and we've got this little fill system called a Fill Pro, and every month I come out and top these off with deionized water, and all I gotta do is hook in there, squeeze it, and it fills all 4 of those batteries all simultaneous at the same time, so that cuts down a lot. But the date code on these is September 2013, so they're down at the kind of end of their life, and I plan on replacing these batteries, but I'm going to be putting AGM batteries in it, and I won't have to mess with filling them up with the deionized water anymore. Oh, this little hook here, here's what I use this for. All these windows, they've got pull down awnings, very manual. Or the living room slide, that's an electric awning. Now here's the power plant area. I just happen to already have the ladder up. This is a Detroit diesel, and it's been upgraded. It's now rated at 600 horsepower. And that's what it looks like inside. That's the air cleaner, and this is the line to the turbocharger. What do we got in here? In here, there's a relay switch. They call it a big boy relay. Now this has 2 more batteries. So 12 volt batteries tied together in parallel in here. It takes a lot of amperage to crank this big engine over. So if I'm running low on current, up on the dash there's a boost switch that flips this relay, ties all those house batteries in with these, in case these are low in voltage or something. I got all the extra power from the house batteries, and I can start this up and not be stranded somewhere. Now back in here, you can just kind of barely see it, is a red bottle. It's a fire suppression system. Previous owner had one, he took it out and I replaced it. But it's got 2 nozzles, spray nozzles, one door atop the engine, one door by the turbocharger. And if you ever had a fire in here, that'll sense it, put the fire out. Here's a neat little thing that I got. It's a portable light. And it's got a little magnet on the back of it. I can start it up and, turn it on and use it at nighttime or something like that. And then when I get done, it just winds right back up in here, puts it away. That's all there is to it. That's about all I can show you in here. I'll make sure I have all these up. And put the ladder back down. I don't want to drive with that up in the air. Alright, and this is our Blue Ox tow bar we use when we're towing my pickup truck behind it. And this other thing here is called a tow defender. It's a real heavy mesh material. And once I get the tow bar hooked up to the truck, I unroll this and it connects back here. And that blocks any small gravel or anything that gets kicked up off the road from hitting the front of the truck and chipping the paint, or nicking the headlights, stuff like that. Now this does have a big stone guard on it. It catches all the big stuff. While I'm at it, I guess I'll put these down. Now, these next 2 bays here are what we use most often every night, in fact. And we'll start with this first bay here. This is where our sewer hose is. It's all stored in a big long tube under there. We pull that out, there's a lid here, comes up underneath, connects to this elbow here. These are the 2 dump valves. These have been automated. Normally you have just a T-handle. You manually pull it out like that. This is for the black tank, this is for the gray tank. But these have all been automated with electric switches here, and I got a duplicate set inside. So at nighttime, if we ever had to dump the valve or dump the tanks, and it's raining out, I don't have to come outside. I just push the button in there. I just hold it for 2 seconds. This opens up, everything dumps out. When I'm out here and I'm watching, if this turns clear or it gets empty, I can actually flush it too. With this valve up here, it's got a wand inside that'll spray water out and rinse the tank out, and I can watch until clear water comes out. Close it, open up the gray valve, this comes out, and that actually flushes the hose out, so it kind of cleans the hose, and the only thing that's in there is soapy water. We got a 40-gallon holding tank for the black water, and that's just the toilet. And then we got a 60-gallon for the gray water, which is shower, sinks, and stuff like that. And I can flush that if I want to. Now, and then we got, of course, a hot and cold water spigot out here, soap to wash your hands, paper towels. I even got another 110 outlet if I want to plug something in out here. And it's got lights back here. You turn on and off, and now the lights up here. This will turn the water pump on if it's not on and I'm out here and I want to run water for something. Now also, this has been upgraded with an autofill system. So all I gotta do is push this on autofill, turn on the camp water supply, and say I'm down to 60 gallons of fresh water. It'll fill it up to just 100 gallons and stop. I go take a couple showers or wash dishes or do laundry and use water. This will automatically come on by itself and fill it back up to 100 gallons. I can have it off, or I can put it in manual mode, and I could fill it either through the gravity fill port here or through the water hose in the next bay here, and keep track of it that way. And then I got a monitor system here. I can push fresh water. Right now it's showing I got 84 gallons. The gray tank is showing I got 20 gallons of water in the gray tank. Then the black tank is showing basically 0. Also, I can look at how much propane gas I got. And it's not showing if it's empty right now. Oh, no, it's full right now. And it measures the voltage in the battery, 13.9 volts. And we put these little collars around the hose. They call them critter guards. Keeps any mice or anything from getting up into the coach. The next tank, and next bay here, is the electrical and our fresh water comes out. This pulls out manually, but it winds up electrically. And the same goes here with the power hose or the power line. Now with the water, I have extra filter. I got another filter that goes on the campground spigot. I got a water softener that we're carrying with us now. Because some of the campgrounds, especially if you get out west, are notorious for having really hard water. And the last thing I want to do is get the plumbing inside this coach crudted up with calcium and whatever from the hard water. So I keep that all filtered out now really well. I got a bunch of little storage boxes here, spare fittings, bolts, or whatever. This is a monitor. Whenever I plug into a camp supply or a power supply, I can look here and it tells me out of the 2 separate lines out of this 50 amp how much voltage I'm getting and how much current I'm drawing, and whether it's 60 hertz, basically whether it's clean power or not. And it'll stop any bad power from getting into the coach itself. And we carry a little this is what home defense stuff. If it looks like there's ants or whatever on the ground, I can spray it around the hose and that'll keep ants from crawling up the cable getting into the coach. So that's those 2 bays. Our next bay is another storage bay. This is the one that has the manual slide out in it. And this is where we you see the little blue filter. That's what I hook up for the water, and Lysol to clean the connections. We got a box. These are pads I can kneel on. coax cable for the cable TV and stuff. And the cable TV comes up by the power cable, plugs in a little connector in there. And hoses and plenty of these rubber gloves to handle the sewer hoses and stuff. Now this is the other side of that big bay that you saw that had the power slide out. This is what else we carry. I carry a big toolbox with me. This is an auxiliary braking system that's required in the truck that I hook up. I got a big soft mat if I got to crawl around or on the ground, or to look at something, repair something. We got some folding little tables, like side tables. What else we got in here? All the stuff to hook up the power cable and the safety cables for the tow bar and things. And we carry extra connectors and converters. If I get to a campground that's only got 30 amp, I got an adapter I can plug our 50 amp cable into. I won't be able to run all the air conditioners, but I can at least run one of them or something. And road flares or whatever, if we ever had that problem, flat tire. This here got a bigger shade on it. And you'll see once we get inside, this is all the basically living room area. The last bay up here, they call it our front run bay. And this is where most of the electronic stuff is. You see all the fuses, and all the fuses are labeled. So if anything goes out, any light somewhere, I go in here and find it. I know where that fuse is. And all these little red LEDs at nighttime when the power's on, they're all lit up. So I can look in here immediately, and one of them is out. That tells me that fuse is out, and I go right there and replace that particular fuse. Now up here we got a switch. You can see the exhaust pipe coming out. And if you saw that chrome pipe back there by the mother bays, that's for the aqua system, which is a diesel burner and electric burner. This is our generator. It's a 10 kW generator, and basically whenever we're going on the road, we're running this, because then this will power up. We can run all 3 air conditionings up on the roof, and the refrigerator's going. Back over there in the corner, that's an extra item. It's a Bi-Air 400 air compressor that's been installed. That I can use that to pump up the air in a tire or something if I hit a flat tire. And I got another storage box up here, more kind of the for dirty stuff. I got extra sewer hoses up here in case we get to a campground that the sewer connection's too far away for that particular hose, which is that one's about 30 foot. I can get these on and I can hook up to that. All right, around the other side here, this here is another fire suppression system that the other owner had installed, so I duplicated it, put it in here. And there you can see the spray nozzle. So if I ever had a fire up here in the generator area, because this runs off diesel fuel too. In fact, this runs off the same diesel fuel that the engine runs off of. And they have it, the pickup tube is set, so if we get down to a quarter tank of fuel, this will shut off. So if we were running this at nighttime, we wouldn't run all the fuel out and I'd be stranded somewhere in a campground or a rest area and couldn't start up in the morning. And you can just barely see over there, in the far corner, there's another satellite dish and a portable stand. So if we're in a campground that's got a lot of trees and we can't use the overhead satellite antenna, I can set that out into a clear area and get satellite TV reception. I haven't really used the satellite TV stuff much. Between the cable connection out back, and then we got a crank up antenna up on the roof for over the air local stations. And we pretty much have had everything we needed just using those 2 things. Our last trip, we were gone for 2 months, I activated the satellite dish. I think I only used it once or twice, so we probably won't be using it very much anymore. That's about it for everything outside. So we'll start with another video and we'll do the inside. So hope you enjoyed this and come back and see the other one.